I just prayed to God. I was tired of throwing up Hail Mary prayers. I was like, God, you gonna help me or you not? I mean, this is one of them things where I really want you to show up right now, right now. If it is what it is that you said you can do. And so a couple of days went by and a week went by, and one day I went out on a truck. And I met this guy, and from the first time I met him, I could tell there was something about his aura, that made me feel comfortable. As we talked, before lunchtime, I was told him my whole story. And he told me, he said, man, there might be a place a little bit better than this place for you. This place probably got you here to stop, but this probably more a better place for you. So tell me about the Providence home. But after having the interview, I was a little skeptical on only one thing, that it was sounding too good to be true. After one day, I knew I found home. And I think what was the main deciding factor was how everybody else was treated. One of the main things I learned about from here was faith is more than just believing. Faith is actually trusting.
The world started basically just crumbling all around me. Pressure's become huge. It's getting overwhelmed, it's getting burnt out quick, and spiritually dehydrated. And so instead of running to God, I ran away from God and chose everything else. And coming from, in 2013, I was freed from addiction, and I battled with a 10-year addiction. And that unknowingly was my comfort zone in times of pressure, anxiety, getting overwhelmed, overscheduled. I needed that pep in my step. I needed that help. So I chose that, and I went back to that slowly but surely, trying to hide it from everyone, but yet everyone knew. The reason I'd fell again, the reason I went back to my comfort zone, the reason the things happened the way they did was because I didn't completely let go of my own will and take all of his. Man, I bet you I took 100 steps in the other direction. But the great thing about God is He don't leave you, you leave Him. And it only took me one step to get back to Him, even though I ran 100. It just took one. Just a turn, and there He was. His grace. So I chose to go to a place called Bethel Colony of Mercy. I stayed there for 6 months. I prayed and asked God. I said, please don't let me leave this place until every bit of me is gone. Show me where I messed up. Show me what it takes to be that good Christian, to be your servant, to live to please you, and not my own self. And so that's when He showed me during the stay. So being in there for 6 months, it's a place you don't leave. You there, you stay in. It's a Bible boot camp, basically. And so me and my pastors, counselors, and mentors, we knew that it would be smart for me to find a faith-based, Christ-centered place, transitional home or Oxford House or what it may be, for me to transition back into society successfully. So we prayed about it, and God opened the doors here for me to get in pretty much immediately. And this is exactly what I was hoping for when we were praying. With me being here, it's been very prospering. It's been very supportive. You know what I mean? It's just not other residents living with each other. It's a brotherhood. You become brothers. You become best friends. You become accountability partners, encouragers. It's looking out for your brother in their best interest, calling you out on your crap and making sure they're staying on the same mission God has you on. They have their own, but we hold each other accountable to the point to say, hey, fix your gaze back on Him. Don't look right into the left. I'm very thankful and grateful. And I thank God every day that I did come here, because I don't know where I would be if I didn't. So thank you. Yes, Providence Home is the place to transition as a Christian into this crazy world.
Because I was lost. I didn't, I needed a lot of guidance. I needed that push. I needed that motivation that I can do better, I can change, and y'all helped me with that. I really needed that. It's a blessing to have it. When I came here, I got saved. I fully committed myself and my life to the Lord, and when it came up as an option to have at our church, Village Church, I said yes. That'd be excellent. I said I want in on this. I want to do this, So that was something I definitely wanted to be a part of, and I feel like it's changed my life. It's helped me to commit myself and give my life to the Lord. And
also has made a profession of faith and decided to follow Jesus. It is my privilege to baptize you in the Father, the Son, and the Holy
I used to be upset every day, and I'm full of hope. I'm full of positivity, and it's just a wonderful feeling. The way I'm going, giving myself to the Lord, is encourage her to do the same thing. So she's just recently gotten saved. She's moving down her path now with Christ, and she's living a positive life. She's going to AA. She's sober and clean now for a week today. So this has been a big motivation for her, and it feels good to know that because me and my mother have been so close, and we were in these bad states together, and now I can say we're in these good states together, and that's just amazing.
I remember when I got the call from Rob. I hadn't spoken with my dad in quite some time, and I'll admit I was a bit anxious, but we had recently lost my sister, and I was longing to have a relationship with other family members. I contacted my dad, and we set up a meeting, and for the first time he was able to meet his grandchildren. I remember that being one of the happiest days of my life. Since then, my dad was in my wedding, and we have spent birthdays and holidays and weekends together. And in fact, this past year, we were able to spend Christmas together for the first time since I was a small child. And that meant the world to me. I am so grateful for the ministry of Providence Home, because without that ministry, my dad and I may not have been able to reunite. God is using Providence Home to change lives and restore families. And I just want to thank you so much for what you're doing.